Alright, here's a build I've been meaning to make a build guide for a while that I was really impressed with, but I just never got around to it. And with the new league, no bound changes, still viable starter. So it's Spark Inquisitor. And you'd think that kind of sounds like trolling, right? Spark hasn't been good for a while. Unless you're doing like some juice or softcore memes with like a ton of investment, like or a sack or something, but it's actually a viable skill now. See, it clears nicely. Just throw your spark out, it'll clear everything. Now this character is not even close to min-max. Like this gear is really bad on my character. Like I didn't play it for that long. One day, 12 hours, and it's SF all self-farm gear. Very league startable, especially next league with nothing changing. The leveling on it's very smooth. Much better than the traditional like Stormblast mine leveling and stuff. See, it's got pretty decent clear speed. It would be even better if I actually use my Overstorms, which is my source of onslaught. So when you want onslaught, you link it with your Orbistorms and you pop it down, and you know, that's how you keep it up, because the Orbistorms will kill monster. You can also get on like your boots or something, but like I said, this character is very early in the stages here. So the main issue with this character is, yeah, it does good damage, but a lot of your damage comes from the bouncing of the sparks. Like here, this boss is pretty good. But some bosses, when they have a really big arena that's open, it's not so good. Here, pretty much deleting the boss at this point. And that's on a 5 link with mediocre gear. Like this, very common from Myriad of Worlds, drops pretty common. You can do them a couple times and you can expect to have this. My wand is nothing super special, just has spell damage, some flatten lightning. You know, like not super good tier of anything. My helmet has suppression, life, res, you know. And then the influence mods increase crit chance, effective non-damaging elements, will make your shock do more damage. Here I just have res as the influence and life, and the Gravicious chest mod, which is huge for Inquisitor, and it's huge for pretty much any build. Yep. My rings are just life res, life res. My shield, spell block, increase crit chance, life res. Yep. On my gloves, these are just life and res, and then the influence mods are suppression and unnerve on hit. My belt is just life and res. Boots are spell suppression, movement speed, chaos res. Pretty much just throw whatever you need on it. I have the regen enchant. Influence mods is more movement speed. Increase life regen. Now these are not the best in slot influence mods on here, but you really just keep rolling them until you got one you like, and it's pretty nice. Yep. So the shield could be swapped to have spell suppression on it, because another pair of gloves you could use is like Algor Mortis or something, and it'll make your chilling area with your vortex sap enemies. But I don't have that yet, because that's SF. And yeah, so one issue with the character is your mana will be kind of scuffed early on, and you do have to maybe grab some mana regen nodes. It'll depend how it's feeling. Like spells cause you to gain mana equal to upfront cost every 5th time you pay it here. It does struggle with mana regen. Like I have mana regen on this ring. I forgot to mention, and you're gonna want to get mana regen wherever you want. You're gonna want to make sure your Arcane Surge is always up. You might opt to not use Vortex early on, because it will cost you more mana. And that is the only main issue with the build. Other than that, it is very solid. Let's take a look at the POB here. So you can't really calculate the actual DPS on this build because the sparks will hit multiple times, and it depends on your arena and your projectile speed. So yeah. Here's the end game tree. I'll go through the leveling trees here. So level 32, normal lab, you're going to want to go through up here, grab these, grab those, come up here, come over here, grab these, grab the life nodes, grab these life nodes. Here you go, lightning, grab EO. And you're going to want to stay EO for a bit until you can get your crit chance up, which you will do, later, by the time you get Merc Lab. So sometime in maps, you can respec. Here, you can come over here and grab the aura cluster so you can throw another aura on. Then you come down here and grab this life wheel, come down here, grab this. And then this will be your normal lab keystone. Here's the cruel lab keystone. If you're softcore, you could go this one, then go these two. Though I think I'd still prefer to go these two. These nodes are really big. Alright, Merc Lab, and you take this node. And, where were we? Right. And then you can come over here, take this. This will help some with your mana regen. Like I said, might be an issue. So you might need to stick like those on or something. I might actually leave that in there. And you're going to want to be using a mana flask up to this point until you can fully fix your mana. The mana flask will make it so you can actually cast your stuff all the time. It's not a huge deal. Then you come over here and take this, stick some other aura on, come down here, Ash, Frost, and Storm. So yeah. And then cast speed nodes. These have mana regen too. It's pretty nice. End game. Here's the end game tree. This is when you're spec'd do crit, and then you grab some crit nodes. You're going to want to grab the skill effect duration because, like I said, a lot of your damage is the spark bouncing off the walls. So if it lasts longer, then it's going to hit more times, right? Grab Scion Life Field, Iron Will, give you a bit of damage. You'll change from up here into the crit nodes. And then get your suppression. If you need Dex, you can grab that. And I should have these too, but I don't have them clicked for some reason because my character wasn't high enough level. But these are really good nodes. You really want cast speed on this build. It's pretty huge. And yep, I have the leveling links here. You want to go Spark, Pierce, and then Onslaught, and added lightning damage. If you only have a 3 link, you can drop Onslaught, and then put in your Orb of Storms. Drop your Orb of Storms on a pack at Onslaught. That's what you do in maps, actually. Throw Orb of Storms down on a pack, get on your Onslaught, get some power charges. You're going to run Tempest Shield for your aura. You're going to run Precision, Determination, Grace, and Defiance Banner. I have Wrath stuck in there, but I can't actually run it yet. Eventually, you can also mess around with the links if you want to use what's it called, Divine Blessing with Life Tap. Throw it in, and it takes a chunk of your HP, but then you get Wrath for 15 seconds or something. That's an option. Here, if you don't want to use Vortex, you could do that instead. So then I have Flame Dash for the movement skill, Shield Charge, obviously. I use Sniper's Mark. It makes, more spark projectiles come out. I tested it versus Assassin's Mark. I found Sniper's Mark to do more damage. Here you also use Pop Tornado on the bosses. So you'd pop Tornado and you'd pop Sigil of Power to really juice up your damage. And then whenever Tornado support appears, you'd pop Tornado again. Keep attacking with your Spark. Make sure Orb of Storms is on the boss. And then you got VMS, of course. So your items, I think I went through them all already, actually, but I'll probably stick a few more better ones that are like what you should actually aim towards in here, because these are all pretty bad. But mainly you just want to like grab spell damage, flat dispels for your wand. I already went through this actually, but probably focus Gal on getting a little bit more cast speed in here so it doesn't feel that as bad as mine does, which, yeah, I think it feels fine, but other people probably have different tolerances. Yeah, that's about it. You know, here's your Uber lab. I'll probably stick some notes in here like I normally do. If there's like anything I didn't cover or things I think are important, we'll go here. Yeah, that's about it for this build. Well, I guess you can see some other stuff here. Hit pool's pretty decent. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong PUB. Hit pool's pretty decent. You got a good chunk of evasion, good chunk of armor, good chunk of block. It's solid.